Uh-oh. Can we hear? Can we hear? Check a mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let me know if y'all can hear me on this particular camera. Let's see something. Let's see. Can microphone check 1 2 1 2. Okay, we can hear. We can hear. Ooh. Good evening, Monica. How are you, darling? What's new in Calais? With your feet up, relaxing. That's what's up. Let me tell you. Echo in my ear. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. What we need to know? Hello, sir. What do we need to know? What do we need to be aware of? Spirit, give me a message for my collective. Okay. Let's see. No, it's super cold. Tell me more, Spirit. It's very cold. Verily, verily, I say unto you, it's chilly, chilly, chilly. It's in the teens right now. Tell me more, Spirit. Naked joy and celestial alignment. Something's lining up, but it's going to take a little time to level up. Oh, okay. So some things are getting cut out of people's lives right now so that they can level up. Hmm. What is good in the hood, Spirit? Tell me. What is good in the hood? So they're still having a break in the room. Oh, okay. Yeah, because Cali need rain, girl. Cali needs some rain. Even though y'all may not want it, it's a good thing for y'all. That's too many. Spirit, give me a message for the collective. What do they need to know? You know what I'm getting to? Somebody need to be, not just somebody, people need to be stripped, uh, naked. And when I say stripped naked, like things are going to go down to the bare bones before they get like realigned. Because so we got joy, naked, and celestial alignment, and then leveled up. So that spirit's telling me that things are being cut out. They need to be cut out so that people can elevate. And then you got this celestial alignment, uh, but after naked. So it's like being stripped bare so that you can. It's like I'm hearing Pack Light, um, Erica Badu's song Pack Light Bag Lady. It's like, you gotta let your burdens down so that you can get in alignment with your core self. Tell me more, Spirit. Completion, yeah. There's some things that are coming to an end for a new beginning. There's the world card in here. More. Right, making space for the unloading. You can't pick up what if your hands are full, you can't pick up nothing else. Look what fell on naked. Letting go. Oops. Tell me more. What had tied? Suppression. Yeah, there's a ten of wands. It's definitely a releasing of what's the word? I was about to say a bondage. It could be bondage, but ten of wands is giving burden energy, so it's a releasing of burdens. Right. It definitely is a surrender. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, so that you can relax. Like you cannot get to this point where you can relax until you cut things out. This is what this level up is so that you can relax. It's time. Like you said, put your feet up. It's time. It's time to cut some things off so you can be a little bit less stressed. You know what I mean? Yeah. Huh. Well, mm, yeah. That I think is 1,000% true. Tell me more. Yeah. After decisions have been made, it's like completing cycles that may have been hard to complete. With schizophrenia here, it's like somebody has some really. This is two of swords energy. It's that hard to make that decision to end things, but it's time. It's divine timing. So when it's time, it's time. And as you decide that you're going to end things, you got to peel some things back like an onion, or put it this way, an artichoke. You know what I'm saying, to get to that core. So it takes time to release things because we got to decide. It's like when you declutter, right? And you've had some things for a very long time and you kept them for a reason initially, but then you realize, okay, well, it's been I don't know how many years and I haven't done anything with it. Maybe it's time to release it. How do I release it? And you start sorting through those piles of throw away, give away, sell, that kind of thing. Making decisions to end some stuff that you don't need anymore. Same thing with people, you got to complete a cycle with somebody you may not want to deal with anymore, or you wanted to deal with, but it can't work anymore. Ooh, yeah, it's definitely a choice to let go, to walk away, or to walk toward what you really want. But I really feel like it's more about sticking to your guns on your choices, the lovers, and letting go. It's like you have to let go of one before you can possess the other one. It's just you have to pack light. That's just how it works. You have to pack light. You gotta release what no longer serves you. Tell me about the celestial alignment and the to the Mars, please. Yeah, this also sometimes putting yourself first. Excuse me. Sometimes putting yourself first makes you feel guilty, makes you feel ashamed, makes you feel like you're being mean. You become the villain, you know what I mean, in somebody else's story because you decided you got to put yourself first. But if somebody is or some situation, don't have to be a person, is heavy on you and they're not benefiting you, they're not lightening your load, it's time to cut them loose. You see how this person is attached to those ropes? It's time to get the shears and cut these cords. That will bring you back in alignment. As you can see, the likely outcome is leveling up. She has that machete or machete, depending on how you say it, right? So when you have a machete, it's cutting away the chaff. It's cutting things away. Right. It will be. It's like a painful ending for a good conclusion. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, and then you start to receive receptivity, which is also the Queen of Cups. That means you're walking with your intuition and you receive what's rightfully yours in divine timing. This is definitely a celestial alignment because God is going to give you, the universe is going to give you exactly what you require for your comfort, for your joy, for your peace. Yes, gratitude. You know what? I woke up this morning. Not woke up this morning. I'm sorry. Dropped my child off for her job this morning, and before I pulled back in the driveway, this song "Be Grateful," it's a gospel song, came on. And before I got out the car, I had to let it finish. I was like, wow. I've heard that song, I don't even know. Maybe since we sang it in the choir as kids. I don't know, but it's been a long time. And I know that that message was for me. It's um, Lynette Hawkins, and it's called Be Grateful. And, at the end of the song, the radio DJ said, I don't know who needs to hear that, but here you are. That was for you. And I was like, and I was just saying, like, I needed this. So I know it was for me. And it's like, somebody else wouldn't, you know, be grateful for the challenges that you have. They would want the life that you have that you might complain about. So be grateful. If I could sing, I'd sing it to you, but the song is deep. Um, but yeah, it's by the Hawkins family, but Lynette Hawkins is the female that's singing it. The song is deep. I'm just thinking about it now, like how deep it is. Tell me more about this decision to close out cycles. Oh, okay. So the decision to close out cycles has a lot to do with someone's independence. Nine of Coins energy. It's like in order to be in your Nine of Coins, in order to be independent, in order to be self-sustaining, you gotta let things go that may be codependent on your energy, or you may be codependent on. Things that require too much of you and not don't allow you to be you. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, the dream. So this is what. Oh, okay. This is what you're letting go of. The dream. The Six of Cups energy. That past. That this is how it could have, should have, would have been. Letting that go. Getting out of and making a different choice with the lovers here. Because, you know, I'll go back to the definition of potential, right? So potential is when you believe in somebody's potential, is what you would do under their circumstances, with their abilities. That's what you would do. And for me, um, I had to come to acceptance regarding people's potential. You know what I mean? Like everybody's not gonna do what I would do in their situation. Everybody has their own way of managing things and dealing with stuff, right? So accepting that they may or may not do what's suggested or do as I can see it happening, because they have their own road and they have their own lessons. Once I realized that, and I heard that term, like, no, this is what you, that meant I'm projecting onto them what I think they should do, and they're maybe not capable of doing that, or they may not want to do that. I had to put it in perspective. It really helped me put it in perspective for sure. Because some people will yes you to and just be like, yeah, 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 you're right, you're right, you're right. They have no intentions of doing anything you say. They just, yeah, 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 okay, you're right, you're right, you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and they're not gonna do it. And then the person that's hoping that they do it gets let down because you waiting on their potential. You hoping that they act on their potential. But no, it don't make no sense. Let people do what people are going to do for themselves. Yeah, surrendering to their process, allowing them to live their life without it being your concern to fix, your concern to find out the outcome. It's their life. Tell me more, Spirit. We got our own lives to live, right? Playfulness. This is Page of Wands. This gives me clown energy, so I feel like this is somebody being silly, and I don't think this is us. I feel like because the way this fell on suppression and guilt, I just feel like there's somebody that might be in our energy collective that is immature and could cause a lot of stress because they're not in alignment with you. They're in alignment with whatever their goals are, whatever their thoughts are. They're doing their own thing, and it's not necessarily helpful to the collective. Tell me more, spirit. Ooh, experiencing yet okay. This right here is given this three of one. This is three of wands energy. So three of wands energy is always my put your resume out there, apply for the job energy. This tells me that the things that you're working on now are about to come to fruition. Thank you. Shut that door. No, no. Coax him out, and then shut the door, cause he's just playing. Or yeah, thank you. So, yeah, this is the energy of whatever you're investing in is about to come to fruition. Like it's a matter of time. You made the decision, you took the steps necessary. This is, I feel like that card in particular feels good to me because I'm in the process of my organization applying for a lot of grants. Now, none of these grants that we're applying for, they're not instant. They take a little while to come. Hey, Tuesday, but they are coming. Meaning, I don't know what the percentage of grants we're going to get, but if we keep going and going and going, they're going to manifest, and it will manifest this year. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, sis? So that's a beautiful thing as an overall energy. It's like what you put out, following your intuition. You get a softer life. You get to land softly with the Nine of Cups. You get your wishes fulfilled. And things will come, but it's going to come in divine timing. But it does not come. It's like what they say faith without works is dead. It does not come without effort. And this is saying that I've put the effort, now that I made the decision, I put the effort out. Now I wait. After I put the effort out, I wait for the results. And that's why receptivity is here. Queen of Cups. Whatever it is coming. And it's going to bring joy and happiness. I'm glad you came. Thank you for coming and hanging with us. Tell y'all something. This reading is for me in many ways because there's always things I gotta consider to cut out. I mean, people, places, things, it don't matter. It's just a necessary inventory to take every once in a blue moon in your life, or as necessary, I should say. And I feel like when I lighten my load, pack light, that gives me more room to receive what I need. And I feel like this message is for all of us collective. Like when you cut out the stress, when you cut out the guilt, when you cut out the playfulness, the jokesters in your life, when you start to take your life seriously in a different way, meaning you don't people please, you don't hold on to things that you don't need, you start to line yourself up for the blessings that are supposed to come in. That's why you get something like celestial alignment. You start to get what you're supposed to have. All right, spirit, tell me more. Yeah, time to leave that stress behind. That interrupts your alignment. Stress. You got to find ways to alleviate that. You got to find ways to focus on yourself. You got to find ways to heal yourself. Meditation, tree hugging, grounding, Reiki, massages, whatever you do to align yourself with your body, yoga nidra, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Bring yourself back into alignment. Oh, okay. Yeah, and this is exhausting. This dream, what you gotta let go, making this choice, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I ain't gonna lie. You 10 toes down though, because that's not a wand's energy. It's just like we gotta get past this exhausting phase. Pluto has now entered Aquarius, right? Just came out of Capricorn, I believe, and it's entered Aquarius. Um, Systems are about to change. It's like what the greater good is for the community, or what the greater good is for our lives, are about to take forefront. You know what I mean? Collective energy is going to matter more than just the one person. You know, I mean, Pluto and Aquarius do impact you and on an individual level, but it is more of that um, community level, is what I would say. Your local community, your greater community, and beyond. I just saw a TikTok that was more like a newscast where the guy was talking about how Social Security is getting a raise, and they're doing more things to. I'm supposed to ask for those.
Well, I didn't have any other store. I gave you
You're
mine.
supposed to ask. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Um. Yeah. So. mm, so Social Security is supposed to increase for a lifetime, $2,400 more a year. So that means what they said, it broke down to an extra $200 a month. Now, Social Security been a threat to be disbanded for many years. So apparently, this is a step toward not only increasing it, but to keep it as a permanent thing, not to let it run out. Now, where this money coming from? They print their own money, so who knows? But um, that's supposed to be a change. That's supposed to benefit Social Security across. Like it said, all the Social Security things is SSI, SSD, SS, whatever, whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know all of them, but it was a bunch of acronyms. So they said across the board, this could be, oh yeah, like SSD is probably disability. I don't know. But, increase in money is going to help to some degree when everything else in the world is high, right? So tell me more, Spirit. What do you need to know? Guidance. You see, so they take a bunch out your check. Girl, they sure do. And it's only right that they give it back to us at some point. Goodness gracious, because I don't see how these elders can survive and what they're getting now. And $200, honestly, is not a huge bump, but something is better than absolutely nothing. It's not nothing. I wouldn't say it's something to settle with, that's for sure. But we have guidance here, three of coins. So not only do we have nine of coins, but we have three of coins. That's temperance energy. Or is it 12? Or is that hangman? Lord, I think it's temperance energy with that number. But this is cooperation. This is having work, or this is if you're not um, working a job or you have a business, this is, your clients cooperating with you. This is giving that energy of business getting better. Once you start cutting out the stuff that you don't need anymore, you start to, what they call it, oh, I forgot the business term for, damn, something about thinning something out. I'm saying the wrong word, but you know what I'm talking about. Like when you cut out that the not the bottom line, but you know what I'm saying. You trim the fat. I think that's what it is. Trimming the fat. When you get rid of the stuff you don't need, you start taking inventory. One of the things I was told at the end of the year is to do a forensics on my finances. That's to look at what's going out. What are we spending money on? What are we actually using on the things that we're spending money on? Guess what? We're going to cut out the things that we're not using. So they don't pop up and just start sucking money that we're not, you know what I mean? Yep. It's time to cut it out. With level up, it's time to cut it out. Trim the fat. And the cost of housing alone is ridiculous. Sharing. So we got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So it's like as you cut out, it's like you harvest too. You start harvesting money when you do that, right? You start harvesting opportunities when you trim the fat. Because then you start honing in and you get more focused on what it is that you need to do. So you can manifest what it is you want. And then you have more to give. You have more to have. Not just give, but to have. You know, more food in your home, more more money, less bills when we focus. All right, let me see. Let me try a different. Let me try monology. All right, Spirit, give me a message for my collective. What do they need to know? You know, be aware of. What do they need to know? Spirit, give me a message. Wow, you are very chose. You are very close to achieving your goal. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes because what we're talking about right now, we're talking about trimming that fat, focusing on what we need, putting things out there, getting guidance, getting support, getting our independence, right? Making hard choices, letting things go, surrendering, no projections, no worried about somebody else's potential. We focusing on us and what we got going on. About to drop the dead, y'all. You and your loved ones are safe. So if you're feeling unsafe right now, you just have to put your hand across your heart. Feel your heart beat and breathe and say thank you that you are where you are, that you have what you have, and that you have a home, and or that you are 10 toes down, and that what I mean, you are surviving and thriving, and that this too shall pass because what? You're very close to achieving your goal. Like all is well, even if it feels stressful, even if it doesn't feel well, all is well. We're gonna make it well. You know why? Because we're gonna be thriving in 2024. 2024 is the year of self. Well, I'm not taking all of this, but I will take this card. It says your hard work is paying off. Capricorn energy. New moon in Capricorn. So the efforts that you make, it might feel hard. We didn't get to the lazy part yet. But that's the point. We gotta put in the efforts now so we can rest later. Bottom of the deck. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. Don't let go. Don't lose sight of where you're trying to go. Do not lose sight of your goal, whatever that is. Because bottom of the deck, bottom line is you got to stay focused. In order to achieve any goal, you have to work toward it. You got to stay focused on it. You don't have to sit and stress about it. You're not supposed to sit and worry about it. You're supposed to focus on what you need to do to obtain it. Put the effort in and allow things to work. Now, you may need to follow up or whatever that is. You may need to follow up. It's fine. Follow up when you need to. When you haven't heard anything, if things get a little stale, it's always okay to go check back in. Check in. Let Cherry, what's up, girl? You know what I'm saying? But hold your vision. Let me make sure y'all see that. Hold your vision. All right, that's your first collective. I just feel like whatever you're trying to do and accomplish, if you work on it, hard work paying off. If you cut out things you don't need, people, places, and things, you will line up with what you need. Like you will alleviate the stress. Surrender. Let go. Don't hold on to somebody's potential or a potential of a thing. Put the effort in to make the thing be what it's supposed to be. What's going on? What's going on? All right, so y'all want a love message? Susan, let me know. I'm kind of over love today, but I'll do it anyway if you want. All right, Spirit, give me a message in love regarding love for anybody in the collective. No one person, anybody, right? What does the collective need to know, and what do they need to be aware of? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I'm about to say, did I shuffle that right? One at a time. One at a time. Okay, something need to be said. Hold on. Oh my God. Come on, Spirit. Give me one. Oh, commitment. All right, tell me more. I don't know why I just heard commitment being tested, but let's see. Tell me more. Yes, abandonment. Somebody has abandonment issues in a commitment, or they're having a hard time. That's why I heard that. Just as I put that down, your commitment is being tested. All right, tell me more. Somebody feels abandoned. Oh, they feel abandoned because of deception. Somebody was lying, and the hidden energy, there was lies being told. Tell me more, Spirit. Conclusion, yeah, that's the challenge and the lesson to let something go and to go be by yourself. This is the energy of letting go the lies, the cheating, the deceit, the, some people don't tell you things, and that's another form of lying because they're withholding information, which is a way of not allowing you to make the decision you need to make because they don't want to tell you what you need to know. It's bottom of the deck, yeah. Overall energy is the action that you take is going to make all the difference. Which way you want to go with this situation, because the commitment is definitely being tested. Somebody was ghosted in a situation. hmm Totally manipulative. Um, Somebody was ghosted with abandoned. It's kind of like they left the love behind with the rose on the chair, and they just abandoned the situation. But somebody also, that same person that abandoned the situation, has abandonment issues. Now, this is not the same thing as somebody walking away for their higher good. This is like someone being manipulative and deceptive with the deceptive card here. And the challenge is you, collective, had to go ahead and walk away too. You had to let it go, conclude, and just be in your own solitary energy. Turn your back to it. This is the action that spirit was guiding you to take. not to sit and wait on somebody to get it right, but to move on from it. Also, when you let somebody deceptive go, somebody who's very manipulative, somebody lies or withholds information, and or they gaslight you, or they play around with your head and distort your reality in other ways, walking away from them preserves your peace. It also teaches a person how not to treat you because you're not available for them to mishandle you. So a person that will be committed one moment, have commitment issues, then abandon the situation, then potentially lie about it, deserves for you to let them go and just let it just conclude the situation. Like, you could do better by yourself, because ultimately in a relationship like that, you already are by yourself. They could be right there, but gone tomorrow. So you by yourself. Why not just be by yourself and enjoy your own happiness? And then preserve your energy for those that actually deserve your time, your nurturing, your preciousness, the essence of you. Be with that person, not be with somebody that you need to conclude for because they keep playing with you. One moment they there, the next minute they ghosting, leaving a rose behind like I'll be back. Hold my spot. Don't hold energy for that. Mm-mm. Tell me more about the commitment spirit. Why is the commitment tested? Tell me more. Oh wow, that came in. Cause it. Okay, I got some cards. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave that alone because that was meant. Uh, the commitment is being tested because they didn't recognize who you were. This is somebody, because the way I see it is this way, y'all. Okay, and the person did not recognize what this commitment was. They didn't see it, the love for what it really is. Tell me more, spirit. Oh, so this person had fear issues because they have pride and ego. They feared that you were going to hurt them, that you were going to embarrass them, or that you would actually see them for who they really are. Tell me more, spirit. Yeah. Oh, and somebody also had a hidden union that was someone else. So this is somebody who they have another commitment. They didn't want to recognize this one because of pride and ego. Maybe, sometimes people will not feel good enough for you. So their pride and ego just shows up a little bit more extensive. But then they'll stick with a union that either they've been familiar with, because that one is easy. It's like she ain't going nowhere. She'll take what I give her, or he'll take what I give him. You know what I mean? So I can always hold on to that. They'll dabble in another commitment, but they won't commit to that because that person will require more. Now, knowing my collective, y'all would require somebody to step up, be honest with you, not play games, and not be in and out. That's why the hard decision is to conclude. Tell me more, spirit. Right. And this is what they're in regret about. Conclusion. You ended it, y'all. Well, so it's kind of like somebody decided they wanted to play games, right? And maybe they ghosted once, depending on who you are. Maybe they ghosted twice or a couple of times, like back and forth with you. You concluded it, meaning you let them stay ghosts. Maybe you blocked them. Maybe you didn't answer their calls if you didn't block them when they wanted to come back towards you. Because, this is what we do. We do the dance. I leave, I come back. I leave and I come back. This is what they thought they were going to do. And now they're in regret because, you had to come to a hard conclusion to let this go and be alone. Now the person is like, oh man, I missed my shot. Yeah, because you were playing. This is a very immature energy. Somebody wanted to play with you. Tell me more. Fear. Yeah. You walked away with no fear because this fear is in reverse for me. So it was almost like if you feared losing them in the past, when you concluded this, it might have caused them regret, but you walked away with no fear. Bottom of the deck, your action communicated a lot. You said a lot without saying a word. Bottom of the deck. Wow. So the action you took communicated everything you needed to say. I'm done. I have standards. You won't treat me like that. I will not accept that from you. And instead of me, because when you are in a situation like that and you want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, the first thing you do is you express yourself. If you're verbal enough to do that, because some people don't know how to express their feelings, but if you are, you will say, you try to be reasonable with a person and say, hey, I need you to stop doing X, Y, and Z, or I need you to do more of blah, 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 or you don't do this, and we need this in this relationship, right? You try to communicate your needs, which is important and healthy in any connection. But when a person is in this pride and ego and they want to play and they have a hidden union, more or maybe more than one, that they don't want to share with you because that person don't require, they don't have standards with them. They don't expect them to behave or have discipline. They don't expect them to show up a certain way just as long as they come back. So that person is, easy for them. So you probably say, okay, well, then have them, have it all. You got it. And that is not what they thought, because perhaps either you allowed them to come back at some point, or they're used to coming in and out of other people's lives. Maybe this is what they do, right? And you were the one that said, no, you could do that with anybody else, but you're not going to do that with me. Because if you don't recognize who I am, and how committed I am as a person, and you walking around with a peak like a peacock with all your labels on, and flaunting what you think you got and trying to look like something instead of being settled in a traditional relationship with me, or a relationship, no, it has to be traditional, right? You keep abandoning the situation and asking me to hold space by leaving a little something. This is like somebody who ghosts you but leave like important items at your house. I feel like with this, you found out about this deception, or you saw that this deception was the problem, and you packed their bags. And instead of allowing them to come back when they felt like it, you made sure they had their belongings. And now they regret because you did it without fear. Like, I could be alone. I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you. I'm good on my own. And that action you took spoke volumes with communication. You communicated, I'm not for that play. Don't play with me. Go play with, whomever you want to play with. Leave me out of it. Leave me the hell out of it. Tell me more, spirit. Oh, Lord. One sec. Anyway, it says, you are so divinely protected, and I feel so lucky and blessed to be around you. So when this person was with you, collective, or around you, they felt a certain level of luck and opportunity. I feel like your person was possibly an opportunist, but they felt a certain level of luck and opportunity. They felt very protected with you. They lived well with you. You know what I mean? Like when they were around you, life just felt better. But they kind of, this person has a darker side that gravitates toward deception. They might have lied a lot to you, a lot. over everything. Anything you question them, they probably lied unnecessarily for. Says, I always come back to you. Yeah, nothing, no one will keep me from you. This person thought that you ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm gonna come back to you. You already know this is what we do. I'm coming back to you. This person would leave, abandon you, and come back. Abandon you and then come back. And they probably tried it a few times. Not everybody had a few times. Everybody's standards is different, situation is different. Everybody recognizes red flags at different times. Okay. Some of us don't catch red flags until, the relationship is really, really over. But this person is like, oh no, I'm gonna always come back to you. So they figure, okay, collective is over there holding space for me. They ain't going nowhere. That's their pride and ego getting in their own way. Because what they little did they know, you peeped the deception and was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to make the hard decision, let this go. And if you are in regret energy, it's probably because you didn't do it sooner. Tell me more. What's it say? I'm gaining the courage to change and walk away from no longer serving. So this is them trying to say, look, I'm sorry. I know I've been lying. I know I had a whole nother party, but I'm gaining the courage to let that go. Good luck with that, right? I mean more spirit. Oops. Too many. hmm And it says, I got played by my karmic and my family helped them. I'm leaving. This is also why they regret. Because whatever karmic they were with deceives them just like they deceive others. And this karmic knows how to get flying monkeys, meaning get other people to help them play with your person's mind or emotions, right? So they're in regret because here it is, you're over here ending things with them, and they really need to be ending things with that karmic. And they know it, but I feel like this person is prolonging it because they just now gaining courage. They're just now trying to gain their little bit of courage. Tell me more. Says, I pretend. Okay, here we go with the little boy, little girl energy. I pretend to ignore you because so many are watching. I also want you to come for me because I crave your attention. This person see you in solitude. You're ignoring them. You've already decided. You've already let them go. And they want you to come for them because they're in their pride and ego. They want you to prove to them that you want them, but at the same time, this is the type of person that will be telling everybody, see, I told you that the collective was sweating me. I told you that the collective wants me. I told you they can't let me go. I told you that they keep stalking me or whatever, that they want me. This is somebody that got something in their head that they got to make it look like it ain't. So if you come for them, then it'll validate what they've been telling other people about you. What's it says? I made the wrong choice. Now I have to face my decisions. I hope you don't let me go. So even though this person is deluding people and playing games, they know they made the wrong choice. They took the wrong course of action with you. They made the wrong choice, and now since they made their choice, you made yours. They got to live with that. I feel like you're standing on this because this is different. You did this, you moved on from this situation with no fear because fear is in reverse on solitude. And it's saying, I don't need you. Like, I'm not scared to not have you. This person, on the other hand, thinks that you're just going to sit there and wait for them. That's why they say, I'll always come back to you. Nothing and no one will keep me from you. But why you keep leaving? You don't have to come back to me if you didn't leave, right? Now, when you think about it that way, they keep putting themselves in this position And as long as you let them, they'll keep doing this. But then they pretend to ignore you because people are watching them, trying to see what moves they're gonna make, knowing that ultimately they want to be with you, but they want you to come for them because they need your attention. They need your validation. This person is like somebody who would temperature check you, trying to see if you mad at them before they would speak to you. Because why? They don't want to be rejected by you. But they know they made the wrong choice. And now they gotta face their decisions because you put an end to it. You're right. You said caring about what other people think. Absolutely. This person is a people pleaser. They want their community, whomever those people are, most likely flying monkeys, deceptive narcissists, karmics, right? They want all those people's attention. They thrive off of that energy. They think this is the people I need to impress because those people act so hard to impress. They're low vibrational. They allow them to do whatever, but they're rarely impressed with your person. But they would be impressed with your person if they were crapping on you. That's what this person is hoping for, how it looks. Deep down inside, they know who you are. They might not have recognized it, but at the same time, they knew. They felt good when they were with you. They felt lucky and blessed to be around you. How could you not know what it is, right? When you feel that, but you want to get the courage to walk away from no longer serves you because that karmic energy wasn't doing anything for you. It just looked good to be around them, I guess. Or maybe that's your tribe or something. I don't know. But this person hung around the wrong people and was highly influenced by those that are around them. So that would influence them to walk away from you, hoping that you're going to chase them. See, they want you to comfort them. They want you to chase. This person wants to be able to say, yeah, they can't let me go. You know what I mean? This person wants me. So that they can use that excuse to keep sabotaging the connection. Well, you're not gonna leave me, so I'll be back. And they're not saying I'll be back. They want to do what they want. I really get that. They want to do what they want, and you be like, nah, you've already communicated your needs, as I said in the beginning. So at this point, they realize they got played. Karmic, their family was very low vibrational, probably like the karmic, or are the karmic that's in this card, and they help each other keep this person stuck. If this person wants to leave, tell them this. Tell them that the collective is blah, blah, blah. Lie to them. It don't matter. Just tell them whatever. Just tell them whatever. Just make sure that they don't go nowhere. So your person is stuck in a cycle with other people being immature and very highly influenced by these other people because they boost up their pride and ego. Every time they crap on you, they get a little notch on the belt, as far as they're concerned. Tell me more. You trigger me, and I don't like it. I need to work on that before we talk again. This person, this is why they sabotage the connection because there's something about when they feel good with you. It's a euphoric feeling that they're not accustomed to, because these other people, they might give them a dopamine hit, but it's only because they showed them attention that day, and then that's fleeting because the people can't wear the mask long. But this right here, when they're with you, it's a different kind of feeling because they don't have to wear a mask with you. And that person, and you're not wearing the mask, right? So it's a different type of freeness in this unconditional love situation. So you trigger this person, and this person starts to get anxious like, this is what love is? Oh, I don't know. Their central nervous system don't know what to do with that. So they keep walking away thinking they're going to go isolate and get themselves together, or they're going to go self-soothe and deal with other people because they can't deal with the intensity of the feelings that they have for you. Tell me more, Spirit. One. I'm not letting you go, period. See? So this here, this pride and ego, they feel like they have control. I'm not letting you go, period. Right? But it says, I always come back to you. Nothing and no one to keep me from you. So this person feels like you are under their control. But they think about it it sounds endearing when somebody says, I'm not letting you go. Yeah, it sounds nice. But who are you to decide what I'm going to do, right? That's why I feel like you're at collective. Like, this person wants to control this situation. They want to know that they could come back whenever they are ready. But we see here that you've seen the deception in this person, whatever lies they told or however they behave, you've seen the deception. And you're not going for it. Tell me more. Yeah, so see, first, I'm gaining the courage to change and walk away from what no longer serves me. Now, I'm working on my self worth. I don't feel good enough for you. So this person, again, like I said in the beginning, they hang out with this karmic energy because the karmic energy doesn't challenge them. They really don't even challenge. They might make them feel bad at times, but their self worth is high with them because they might even look down at the karmic at times. They probably say, "Yeah, you might be trying to tear me down, but I feel bad for you." And so they don't have to change much. This person might have a God complex because they think with their pride and their ego, excuse me, that they can just do whatever they want. Says, I'm working on my self worth. I don't feel good enough for you. So they don't, meanwhile, they don't feel good enough for you, but they're trying to work on their courage to leave that other person. So this person might be in transit with this person for a minute. So they could be with somebody that they thought they loved, or they thought they had a future with, or they thought they had stability with, or opportunities, or whatever it is that they wanted out of this person. They thought they had it. They done found it. It is what it is. We rocking and rolling from here, right? But now they don't know, they don't feel good enough for you though, because you triggered them. The way they feel with you, how lucky and blessed they feel with you, they ain't got that with nobody else. And they want to hold on to it if they got the gnaw and grab it with I saw mm, like somebody grabbing a bar with their teeth, like, I'm gonna hold on to this. If I ain't got no hands, I'm still gonna hold on. This person does not want to let go, but they want some sort of control. Because I'm not letting you go, period, means I'm using brute force. You know what I mean? Like, or energetically, they won't let you go. This person will stay in your energy, holding on. Expect the unexpected, miracles can happen. Okay, listen. This person feels like I'm gonna come through in a clutch. So this is almost like saying, if you're married to this person, all right, or you have some contract with this person is trying to come in before you in the contract. This person is trying to make sure that you do not sever ties with them. Tell me more, Spirit. It says, I don't want to bring you into my drama. So they don't want to bring you in. They don't want to make effort. They're still working on their courage. They don't feel worthy or good enough. They got played because, they're just pliable that way mentally. Something about expecting the unexpected, miracles can happen. They feel like they're going to be able to come through in the clutch and stop you from severing ties before it's like a permanent thing. In their mind, it's not permanent. Like, yeah, you might be mad, or I'm always come back to you. So I mean, I know you mad right now, but I'm coming back. So this person thinks I got a chance to save this. This is why they say expect the unexpected miracles to happen. But the only miracle that would be important, y'all, is that this person is a whole different person when they do show up, if they show up before you've moved completely on. Now, completely on, you can move completely on in solitude, but I feel like this person's thinking they're going to catch you before you get into something with the next person. They may or may not. Let's see, bottom of the deck. I feel your energy, but I need a hug in real life. So this person is like craving and yearning for your energy. They know they made a wrong choice. They want some type of validation that you really still care. They need some type of love from your hug, kisses, and probably a little bit more. But the point is, this person needs some type of intimacy from you to validate them. But y'all, this person is very immature, very ignorant of what it takes to put effort into a relationship. It is a good thing though that they are working on their self-worth, since they don't feel good enough, because this person need to be alone to go work on themselves, to go, you know, I mean, like, working on yourself doesn't mean you're completely alone. That means you can also go ask a mentor. You can also go check a counselor, or talk to a healthy parent or older relative that might have been through similar challenges. This person has to go find their tribe that's going to give them good advice, that really love them, care, and want the best for them, so that they can bring out the adult in this person, because this person is a child. They don't want to bring you into their drama, but they also not ending their drama. That's the problem. And you are real, and it's almost like, just for them to say, I don't want to bring you into my drama, it's like they already see that you cut them off, but they're trying to save face by saying, I don't want to bring you into drama. You already decided, I'm not scared to be by myself. I'll be by myself. No. That's why I'm not saying anything, because I don't want to bring you in my drama. I'm not in your drama. That's what you're saying. If I'm over here in solitude and not in fear, you left the building. Period. You know what I'm saying? You already left the building. Because there ain't no drama over here. The drama is with you. So you stay where you at. I'm good where I'm at. That's what I'm getting. Tell me more, Spirit. It says my karmic pulls on my lower vibrational energy. They know how to push my buttons. Your person has a karmic that has known them for quite some time, that knows how to make this person tick. Now, the karmic in this person is also very low vibrational, right? Karmics are. But they know the earthly things that get next to this person. They try to more likely mirror your energy, but it didn't work. This person knows how to do all the tricks, to get your person to do what they want them to do. Whether it's get on their knees and please, whether it's cook a favorite thing, whether it's be seductive in the way they talk and move, or be needy so this person feels obligated because, oh, this person needs me, I can't leave them. This person needs to grow up. Everybody don't need you. Some people just want to use you. And this person is aware that this person is pushing their buttons, but they succumb to it. They still succumb to it because their self-worth is in the tank. And any of that attention on that lower vibrational intention soothes them. This person might have been a trauma victim, so they may be hypersexualized. And somehow this karmic is aware of that, so they do things to satiate your person that keeps them still. Peak karmics can have that gift of understanding body language and have that gift for even probably reading people. And they read your person and they like, oh, so they looking over here looking all sad and disheveled. I ain't gave them no attention in a minute. Let me go satiate this person. Now, it all depends on if this person, your person, collective, is allowing them to. Because some of these divine femmes and divine masculines aren't letting the karmics touch them anymore. They're not getting close. They're not staying in the same room. They're not sharing the same bed. Or, what I mean? It's different now. It's like two people passing in the night. They not really jiving with each other. So all depends on what level of healing your person is achieving at this point, because it could be that they discussed it with this karmic, and they also know that they haven't been their best self, pretending all the time and going along with the foolishness. What did it? Oh, okay, I see that just shifted my perspective or something. What was that? But yeah, so sometimes with the karmics, they can be so seductive with your person because they know that person in that way. It's like putting that person on autopilot. It's a different type of trigger because you know if a person is not in their higher mind or higher self energy, disciplined, they will succumb to somebody else's manipulation, even if they know how to manipulate. They'll succumb. One of the things I noticed now, not I'm not calling your person a narcissist, but I do notice with narcissists, there's always somebody that controls them. Interestingly enough, like they like to control people, but there's always somebody that knows how to make them, you know, be what they are, do low vibrational stuff. So like I think Trump's parents are gone, but he had a dude, two dudes on his staff, and both of them named I think Stephen Miller and Stephen Bannon. They both knew how to speak to him in a way that would get him to write those bills the way he did, or those laws or executive orders. They spoke to his ego. They spoke to his ego. They told him this is absolute power. So you gotta sign this. Nobody can undo it the way we wrote this for you. This is your legacy. And he signed away, sign away. And people like that don't even realize how much of a puppet they are because they too busy trying to control and manipulate other people. Mm, hmm Parents that have mind control of their kids do it. Significant others that have been with you or just really good at being manipulative do it. Especially it's like the way they hooked you is the way they keep you, right? So I know a boy, I used to tutor him, and his mother was a prostitute, and the boyfriend or husband was a previous John. I guess that's the right term. So she was still tricking. I didn't know this, when I and when when I asked him, I said, "Oh, what's your mom do for a living?" He said she's a massage therapist. I was like, "What? Oh, okay." But I didn't know what she was massaging, y'all. Okay, so she was still at active. I don't know. I don't think he became her pimp. I just think that she liked doing it and getting money, and she knew how to manipulate this man, and she knew how to manipulate her son. She had other kids, but her other kids were taken from her. He was the last one, and she just knew how to keep him nice and miserable. But she couldn't. She never even tried to go back and get the other ones that she produced. I think she had a young. No, he wasn't even her youngest. I think she had an older daughter and a younger son, and both of them were taken away. And she did not fight. She didn't fight for him, but the state gave him back because they didn't want to pay for him anymore, which is crazy to me. Yeah, yeah. That need for control is crazy. And then turn around and have somebody like her. I'm sure, pretty sure she had a pimp. It might not even been her husband. Somebody she was answering to, possibly for protection or whatever. Because when you out there turning tricks, you never know what the trick gonna do, and you need somebody that's gonna put fear in them, right? And you in that line of work, so yeah, you gonna be paying up to somebody, right? So yeah, it's a lot when it comes to a narcissistic person because again, somebody is controlling them with some type of power, yet they're being controlling to others. And it's amazing to see them be controlled by somebody because it's almost like they become the little victim, but they are the people that, like they say, hurt people hurt people. They're the hurt people that turn around and hurt others. It's a psychological mystery as far as I'm concerned because they haven't they don't believe narcissism can, well, they still attempt, but so far we don't know that narcissism can be cured. People can work on not being one. They have to be very active and intentional to kind of, let that pattern of behavior go, but the thinking is still there. The guy, what's his name, he has a channel called Mental Illness, and he is he not self he's a diagnosed narcissist that still goes to therapy, but his entire channel on YouTube is dedicated to breaking down what narcissism is and what they think in their mind when X, Y, and Z happens. I don't know if he's addressed what I mentioned because I know situations in particular that happens. You know what I'm saying? But one example when it comes to a pimp, I heard, and I haven't read the book, but it has something to do with Iceberg Slim, which is, I believe, the title of the book. But he was a pimp, and I watched the special where Dave Chappelle, broke it down. I think why he left Hollywood when he did, you know, and basically Iceberg Slim, I think, was questioned by another pimp, a younger pimp, and the younger pimp had a prostitute who was getting ready to, what they call, reach her mileage, her end of her mileage, right? So what they believe is that, they talk about them like they cars, like when you get to the end of your mileage, you don't got much more to give, so it's time to retire you, right? He was like, I don't know how to get more out of her. She's my top dog. She my top earner. Yeah, he's not healed. Yep, cured. Right. So he was saying, this is how you do it. He gave a formula that is so heinous. It's bananas to me that people do shit like this. But he said, and I was like, but it resonated based on things that I encountered. He said, this is what you do. You beat her ass within an inch of her life. I mean, tear her butt up, right? He said, then you take care of her, you take her clothes off, you give her a nice bath, you nurture her, you put her back together. Then she'll be confused as to, one, why did it happen? and that you couldn't have been the one that did it, right? You get it confused, but you regain the loyalty back from her because now you fixed her up. You made her feel better. After you done tore her down, you put her back together again. And then you're gonna get more work out of her. Yo, that shit bugged me out when I first heard it because I was like, wow, that's deep. Well, Stockholm's is a little different. It's similar, but it's a little different. I mean, I guess Stockholm syndrome is very similar in that, it could be somebody who's just captive. It doesn't have to be a complete abuse, but it is an abuse to be captive, right? But he was talking about you use violence and then you Jedi mind trick them by being a nurturer. So it's kind of like you kind of erase the pain, or not erase the pain, but erase this. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy to me, so I can't really explain it other than to say it. But with Stockholm syndrome is when the victim starts to identify with the perpetrator. So yeah, I guess it could create that where they start to identify with the perpetrator to the point where they defend them. They lay down a life for that person. So yeah, I do know that to be true for a lot of people. I mean, I have a cousin. She basically went through that with her mother, and then the mother died, so she didn't, and it really didn't get any closure when it came to that. So I feel like she still carries that Stockholm syndrome, um, because the things that her mother did and allowed to happen to her. There's no way somebody in their right mind that got help would see her mother the way she sees her mother. But yeah, parents can inflict that kind of energy and make you feel like you got to still defend them to gain their love and to gain their respect. Meanwhile, they're the main ones tearing you down, harming you mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, God knows, just as bad as a pimp would hold. Because a narcissistic person who has children has what they believe is extensions of themselves, and they already self-loathe, so they loathe, against their own children. Just like lovers get somebody and mirror them and then loathe against them, get just really get bothered and want to harm them, want to see them hurt because they're a hurt person. You know how they say hurt people hurt people. So they just want to see somebody hurt. And so they trauma bond with this person. And that's all, oh, that's what it creates. That's the word I'm trying to get. They create a trauma bond. Although he's the one creating the trauma. That's the crazy part. Usually, when you trauma bond with somebody, it's a shared experience that y'all both go through. But when you do what he said, it's like he makes it seem like it hurt him to have to whoop her behind. Now he got to put her back together. You know what I'm saying? And then that trauma bond could potentially create that Stockholm syndrome. Right, that's the evil. And people get done this way all the time. Because and it's like the silent violence and abuse, and it's silent in that you don't on an everyday basis a person is not easily able to catch up on it. If you sit down and talk to a person for a while, you start to realize, you start to see what they're dealing with. But this person, let me get back to the reader. This person um has a karmic that does that to them, pull on their lower vibration, pushes their buttons, plays with their mind. And this person doesn't know how to come out of that energy. They keep saying they're working on their self-worth, but they're in a deceptive energy. So this person may be deluded. You know what I'm saying? Like they may be a little delulu when it comes to you, when it comes to the karmic, or even to who they are. because they working in pride and ego. You know, when somebody got you in Stockholm syndrome or in a trauma bond, you defend that person. You walk around like everything is fine. No, they would never do anything to me because y'all trauma bonded. Meanwhile, they may want to hurt me. There's another YouTube that I don't know how I came across this, but I came across the people talking about it. That's what it was. Queen, I think the girl name was Queen, and it was Queen and Michelle, and then Danny. It is so Queen is this chick. She turned tricks too, and she has a couple kids she don't have custody of, but she does have one that come over to the house a lot. Um, she and Michelle used to do YouTube videos, and she wanted views, so she started to see that her viewership went up whenever she was mean spirited to Michelle. So it got worse and worse, and it became abusive to where the viewers were starting to call the cops on them because she was getting physically abusive with Michelle, and Michelle kept always saying, "It's okay, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm fine." But it got so bad that Michelle ended up having to go home because the cops were, they I think the cops got called, and that girl, a Queen, ended up homeless. But she also at one point had all the money going in Michelle's name because she was on Social Security. So she couldn't have all this money coming in her name. Yet she was the one accessing the money and keeping it all. Yeah. So yeah, and pride and ego, you're right. It does. It takes a very long time to come to the conclusion that you're wrong. What you believe is wrong. That maybe others that have shared with you what's going on is right. This person is not easily ready to accept truth because they are delusional. They really are. They become delusional, like to the point where it's ridiculous to talk to them because what I mean, they can't accept what you're saying. They're too busy excusing the person that's abusing them. So they do things and they try to hide it. Like in the case of Queen and it couldn't be hidden because it's on camera. Most of it was on camera. I mean, it's evidence. And she didn't take it down. She's so narcissistic that she didn't see nothing wrong with the stuff that she was doing. Her son was a little boy. I don't know how old this child was, but he's talking, right? So he's like, I don't know, 6 maybe. But he basically was like, nah, you dirty, you this, you that. Like he was going off on his mother. I was, oof. And Michelle was used to keep him still. I don't know why they would have the camera running when this girl had a trick in the house. She's supposed to be doing business with the trick, and you got your son in another room trying to get your attention. And then Michelle wasn't strong enough to keep him still. So it was getting, when I tell you ugly, cray, cray. And then Danny comes in, whoever Danny is. Danny is hmm, I forgot what they call them now, but she is a masculine feminine energy, right? So she's from the LGBT community. I think she and Danny and Queen had some sort of relationship, like, but I feel like Queen still did whatever she was doing. And Danny, when Queen would upset Danny, Danny would whoop Queen behind. She was not scared of her like Michelle. That created a whole nother dynamic. Yo, it was coming up on my feeds. I never followed it. But when you look at one thing on YouTube, it started giving you more of that. So the people talking about it kept popping up after the first time I seen it. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? Y'all, There's all sorts of abuse that just go flying under the radar. It's the prideful, egotistical person that thinks there's nothing wrong with what's happening right now. And some of these victims of this can be also prideful and egotistical because they think just I'm trauma bonded, so they go through stuff. I go through stuff. You know what I mean? They got beat up. We got beat up. It's okay. It's all right. They are absolutely because then you start to determine who's the sociopath and who's the psychopath. You know what I mean? And like I feel like that Queen situation, she was more of a sociopath. She tried to be a little diabolical with Michelle, and then Danny stepped in as a third wheel, and then Michelle exited the situation, and Danny would whoop on Michelle whenever she got frustrated. And I mean, not Michelle on I don't know if she hit Michelle, but she damn sure hit Queen. I believe she hit Michelle too. And I feel like Michelle's family got wind of it, and that's how Michelle's still home and not back with. Because I honestly, she was so deluded that I think she would have stayed with Michelle. I'm sorry, I keep saying Michelle. Michelle would have stayed with Queen if the authorities did not get involved, and then probably the family reached out or something. But I feel like she would have stayed with her. It's crazy, y'all. So this is what happens in situations where somebody's deceptive and maybe potentially abusive themselves, but also being abused. They want to pretend everything is cool. It's not cool. It's not copacetic. We're not okay. And then you come in, probably one of the best things in their life, and they want to come for you, come back for you, not let you go, hold on to your energy, that kind of energy. But then they scared to release themselves from the abuser. She didn't realize how bad her upbringing was, so she told a funny story about childhood and co-workers were horrified. Yeah, that's a me. Because I've seen that in this Facebook group I'm in, where they're children of narcissistic parents, and a couple different times people say, yeah, I did not know how bad my life was until I mentioned things to people, and they were like, gas, like that's not normal, that's not okay. And the person was like, it's not, because this is what went on all the time. And like, yeah, that's not okay. It's a who? Emo. I don't even know that. I don't know what you mean. But right. So these are the type of energies that you gotta walk away from, because even if the person is, I don't know, trauma bonded to that narcissistic person, it's really up to them to make a decision whether they're going to stay in that or they're going to move on with their energy. If they decide that they want to stay, then 9 times out of 10, if you stay in communication with them, they will string you along too, because they're probably scared to death that you'll walk away, but at the same time they still scared to leave the problem that they had. So it's about the energy of you not being in fear and being in your own solitude, letting them go, and not necessarily holding a space for them, because again, that could take forever. They said the average abuse victim takes anywhere from I want to say 6 to 11 times to leave. That's on average, to finally leave. So they may make a few attempts, but the attempts are unsuccessful, especially with things like pimps, because if the pimp calls that person back, or sometimes the person runs back. Either way, they're trauma bonded in fear, and there's pride and ego, and there's a whole lot of other things in between. So you cannot hold too much space for that type of situation, because they got to make a choice to get the help that they need so that they can let that go. They got to feel comfortable, they got to feel confident, and it's okay to offer some support, but don't hold space for people that are in that unsure energy and still a bit delusional about their problem, where like they say, a broke clock is right twice a day, but they still defending that person every now and then. If they defending that person, they're not ready. That's a red flag of, I'm not ready to go, because I can still find the good in somebody that will harm me. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes they trauma bond instantly too, y'all. Some people move quick. A narcissist, especially like with what's his name, mental illness. He's like, people going that for the kill. Like, those relationships where somebody all of a sudden, it's like y'all get along so well, they mirror everything about you, and they be like, oh my God, I love you. I can't wait to get married to you. Y'all just met like in 30 days. And if the person who's receiving all this attention doesn't kind of slow that down, and a lot of times when you attempt, when it's a narcissist though, when you attempt to slow it down, they put up this wall of defense and say, oh, I thought we were getting along and you're a party pooper, or whatever it is they say, right? Could be worse than that. But they try to make you feel bad for slowing things down with them, because they're trying to get their hooks into you real quick. And then people who acquiesce to that end up stuck in a relationship with somebody unless they decide to get out of there quickly, because they really be like on some old, I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna take you here, take you there, do all of that. That's what those guys, oh my God, I can't think of the name of that show, but there's a catfish show. I don't remember what channel, what station, what at, but anyway, that it was a movie, and I feel like it was Netflix. I think it was Netflix, where the catfisher would wine and dine these women. He would take them on everything, like jet planes, and but he was taking from other people's money to show off for one, to eventually take their money, like call them later, I need help, I need help. Yes, the intimate reinforcement. That's what this karmic does. Pull on the lower vibrational energy. What did it say? I feel like there was already pulled a card. Yeah, that's what the karmic does. Pull on the lower vibrational energy to keep intermittently keeping this person stuck, showing all the red flags, but at the same time acting like, no, 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 you didn't see what you saw, gaslighting the person, showering the person with gifts. That's that love bombing coming in. Having this person feel like, yeah, this person really cares, and look how they take care of me, and I'm this and that. Yo, that catfish dude had his baby mom with the child on a jet with the new chick. How you do that? She kind of knew that was it, but she accepted it because he's whining and dining her. Next thing you know, all of a sudden he's in trouble. Oh, this is all within, like, I'm telling y'all, like 30 days, 60 days. This is not, it's a very short amount of time before they did like, oh, I need your help. And you taking out loans and giving this person money because you believe they're really in grave danger if you aren't the one to help them. And then they take that money and jet set across the world to go do it to somebody else. This shit crazy and diabolical with people. The tendless swindler, yep. And it's really, and it keeps happening. And it's real easy for people to get sucked in because those things or feeling needed is like a drug. Like this person that could do so much for me ain't really done shit, but could do a lot for me. They need me. There's another one called Trilogy Media. They are on YouTube. I saw 2 episodes. One lady was racist and she was giving money to an African. I don't know where he was. I think he was in Nigeria or Ghana, one of them countries. And she didn't want to believe it. She kept needing proof after proof after proof. She kept making excuses. She was so delusional. She had Stockholm syndrome and she just kept giving him all her money. Like she barely had money to survive, let alone eat. And every time he called, demanded money or needed money, she gave it to him. Whatever way that they set it up. And he had a cash mule too. So then the second one I saw, the lady cut him off. He was taking her money. She actually packed up everything, sold her trailer, and was getting ready to move to Ohio, thinking this man is in Ohio. The whole time he in Nigeria. Scamming. Right. But they get so convincing to these women and they talk circles around their head and they made so many promises and these people are so lonely they want to believe that this is real. They'll give anything for it to be real. Y'all, I'm gonna bid y'all adieu because it's 11:05 where I'm at. So y'all gonna have to take this as it resonates. But this seemed like a this became a lesson in narcissism. It's supposed to be a reading. I hope that you got something from the reading that basically says you really need to have no fear and conclude a situation that's full of red flags and it's not healthy for you because you don't want to be statistic of these women and or these men or whoever gets catfished like this. Yeah, preying on people's loneliness. It's okay. But if you're going to be alone, do it with no fear. Don't let somebody intimidate you and make you feel like you got to have them in your life. You don't. You don't. You're supposed to have people you want in your life that you actually like. Hmm. So that's the reading, y'all. Take it how it resonates. I hope that y'all got something from it. I'm gonna have to retitle this one. But I appreciate y'all coming to the live. I didn't realize this camera records, but I didn't think it was going to do well on live. That's why I had to get another one. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.